Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew? It's your boy DJ Nuki, your girl
Sierra Nicole.
We back on the channel with another
Kid and C original.
welcome back to the channel, man. We got a good one. We got 10 men you won't believe actually exist, because y'all didn't even know I exist till y'all clicked on the videos. That was corny as hell.
It was corny.
Man, with that being said, man, before we get into it, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box down below. You already know where to go if you want to further support. Just check out down below. Also, salute to you with the comment of the day, man. We highly appreciate all the comments, but we make sure we shine light on those who shine light on us. I don't know what we're getting our hands into today. Cause this can be good or it can be bad.
We're gonna find out.
10 men you won't believe actually exist. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Let's check it out. Let's see what it's about, y'all.
Known worldwide as the man who never slept, Al Herpen has become an internet fascination since his story has been rediscovered and recirculated on the web. Born in 1862, Herpen lived what would be considered an extraordinarily ordinary life, all the way until his late 80s, in which he claimed he didn't sleep for 10 years. Upon the claim, he allowed investigators into his home, and they found no furniture used for sleeping. Herpen owned only a rocking chair, which he said he sat in at night and read until the next day.
Cap.
Now, he dozed off a little bit of song.
As an inmate, as a person from projects, as somebody from the humble,
What, they slept on the floor?
you can easily sleep. Have you ever slept on the floor?
Yeah, plenty of time.
Bro, legit. When I used to go on trips when I was a kid, and we used to go places.
Yeah.
But I'm not with family.
Yeah.
And they used to be like, y'all share beds. I'd be like, nah, you can have a bed. I sleep on the
I
floor.
used to like making me like a little pallet on the floor.
I didn't have to have no pallet. I just say, hey, throw me a pillow. I'm gonna lay my head on the floor.
Well, I'm a female, so I need a little cover
or
something.
Or sleepovers and stuff, man. You just put your head like this and, bro, you don't need furniture.
I had me a little sleeping bag.
Now waking up is a little problem. You know what I'm saying? When you be like, ooh, but you can sleep on the floor.
Yeah,
no problem.
I don't know.
No one was ever able to authenticate whether Herpen's claims were true. He was once tracked by a teenager who attempted to stay awake for an entire week and watch Herpen through his living room window. While the boy said he himself fell asleep on the 7th day, he never caught Herpen sleeping or even dozing. Herpen died at the age of 94 in relatively healthy condition. Daniel Tamman, an English instructor and autistic savant, has since the year 2000 left audiences in awe at the capacity of his memory. Tamman has not only photographic memory, but a state of recall that once allowed him to recite up to 22,514 digits of pi over the course of 5 hours. He has done TED Talks, written books, and even started his own website that teaches people how to unlock new means of memory in their own lives. He is considered one of the top savants in the entire world, and continues to teach and perform for audiences to this day in Paris, France. Eerily similar to the superhero Daredevil, teenager Ben Underwood developed retinal eye cancer at the age of 3 and had to have his eyes removed in surgery to protect himself. Rather than
That is crazy, bro.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
Damn.
cancer at the age of 3 and had to have his eyes removed in surgery to protect himself. Rather than just relying on Braille and a walking cane to get around, Underwood developed a sense of echolocation by making clicking noises and reading the subtle vibrations from the objects around him. His heightened sense of sound and touch likely would have helped him start an incredible career in crime fighting had he practiced martial arts, but Underwood tragically died at the age of 16 in 2009 of the cancer he developed at a young age. While slicing a bullet in midair with a sword has long been an action movie myth and trope, Japanese Lido master Isaumachi has proved his skill up to the task due to his incredible means of sensory processing. Machi has been world-renowned for his ability to track and predict the movements of any object, no matter how small and fast, to a reflexive capacity. Simply put, his brain processes kinetic movement up to 30 times faster than the normal human brain. Because of this, he is capable of incredible feats, such as splitting a BB gun bead at speeds of almost 200 miles an hour with a sword.
A little BB gun bead.
Nah, I believe
That's a
it.
cold.
Well, we finna see it, but
That's a cold.
man, shit, you probably can stop a bullet.
Didn't it say that?
I can't remember. I'll be
Feats, such as splitting a BB gun bead at speeds of almost 200 miles an hour with a sword, despite not being able to actively see the bullet itself. He was taken to task on this challenge and was filmed on a high-speed camera slicing the bullet in half. He also claims the world records for most sword cuts in a variety of different ways. While he can't exactly make ice form out of the air and bend it to his will, the superpower of Vim the Iceman Hoff is still fairly incredible. Born in Sitagbumber, Hoff quickly learned a form of meditation that allowed his body to withstand extremely cold temperatures without his heart rate or core temperature ever dropping. Because of this, he has not only gone on to set world records, but even climbed Mount Everest in nothing but biking shorts and did a 5-hour half marathon near the Arctic Circle topless. His claim to this miraculous ability is practicing the ancient art of Tumo, created by Tibetan monks, that allows one to control their own body temperature in extreme conditions. Sadly, many have misunderstood Hoff's training and attempted to replicate his adventures without being prepared. In 2016, 4 men tried to hold their breath under icy water for a number of minutes, trying to beat Hoff's record. They died in their attempts, and critics blamed Hoff. He claimed that he never challenges anyone to attempt what he does himself, and expressed sympathy for the men who had died. No news yet on how he has been able to modulate his temperature in extremely hot conditions. Dean Karnas's incredible stamina has allowed him to live a life known as the Machine. His claim to fame came when he went without sleep for 80 hours in order to run 350 miles without any sleep. He has also run 50 marathons in all 50 states in exactly 50 days, allowing himself no recovery time for his muscles. The popular misconception about Karnas's is that he is one of the fastest men alive, though he tracks perfectly average speeds. It is his endurance that makes him the subject of multiple tests, and his practice methods that are so widely deciphered. He went on to write a book about himself and the challenges of ultra-endurance running titled Ultra Marathon Man: Confessions of an All-Night Runner. While not partaking in marathons around the world, Karnas's runs a yogurt shop in California called You Top It. He remains the world leader in ultra-endurance running.
He would be the owner of a yogurt shop, bro.
I want to go with that.
Like just a froyo, bro. I bet you don't eat it just.
Born Tim Cridland, Zamora, the Torture King, has made a name for himself by putting his body under extreme duress, including multiple stabbings, lacerations, exposure to heat and hot objects, electrocution, and even swallowing dangerous items and weapons. One of Zamora's signature tricks is swallowing a knife, then splitting open a small section in his neck and withdrawing it without even a wince of pain. The scientific community has long been shocked by Cridland's abilities, but while he professes that he studies a meditation method that allows him to bypass the normal threshold of pain experienced by humans, many believe that he was actually born with congenital insensitivity, a condition in which the body does not feel pain. This is exceptionally dangerous, because this does not mean he is not putting his body in extreme peril. Still,
Right.
Zamora continues to perform for audiences from all over the world.
That was hard
Yeah,
to
that
watch.
could be. He probably was like, has that condition.
Yeah.
Because I don't care how, well, the mind is very powerful, but I don't think I can be doing that though.
While being known for your ability to eat an entire bicycle isn't exactly what many would consider a fulfilling life, Michael Lotito has made a living as the man who can eat and digest just about any raw material. He has had meals of bicycles, televisions, computers, shopping carts, car parts, and a number of other various objects that we would never recommend eating. He began his strange eating habits for fun at the age of 16, and it's reported that between the years of 1959 and 1997, he has successfully eaten nearly 9 metric tons of metal.
I had to drink because I felt that.
It goes in.
But baby,
It gotta come out.
That's
And that whole tight. Oh
my goodness.
Well, it's easy.
My goodness.
But just think, if it goes outside, if you don't cut it a certain way, bro, that gonna hurt. But the insides, you scraping up.
But he seemed like he chewed them up pretty well.
Who can chew metal like?
Well, obviously his teeth strong enough. He doing something.
I can't even stand the taste of metal. You know that. I have to use plastic everywhere. I can use metal force.
Oh no, he was chewing some. Look at him.
Surprisingly enough, when asked if there was any material he couldn't or wouldn't eat, Lotito claimed that bananas and hard-boiled eggs make him sick to his stomach. The center of controversy for a multitude of reasons, the man known as João de Deus, or John of God, has been said to have been given the supernatural healing powers of Jesus Christ. Running his own spiritual center in Brazil, John of God has performed surgeries on a reported thousands of guests who visit his church, all while not using any anesthetic or major operation tools. It is said he is capable of finding ailments within the body using only his hands, and fixes them by no internal means. Some reports claim that they have seen him pull tumors out of people's bodies merely by shoving his hands into their open wounds. And while he has a number of supporters who claim his powers are real, there are numerous detractors who say John of God is a con artist. He has been at the center of numerous investigations for sexual misconduct in regards to his staff, but the sheer number of people who claim he healed them of serious ailments is too powerful to outright ignore. Still, the full scope of John of God's powers are still up for debate, if he even really has them at all.
Now I believe
that's up for a whole nother topic of a debate.
Yeah, that's a whole other topic for a whole other day because I believe in certain things, but if he was doing all the other stuff now, I got some questions. I need to
go down there for some fixes.
Learning a language is exceptionally difficult, especially as an adult. But while the average human being is capable of speaking or understanding about 1.5 different languages, a man named Harold Williams decided that he would begin his conquest to learn as many as he possibly could. With what was considered to be an expansive memory, Harold traveled the world and adopted 58 different language practices, from generally well-known ones like Chinese and Mandarin to obscure ones used predominantly only by native tribes. He is often considered the man who knew the most languages in the entire world, but often found himself jobless despite his incredible skills as a linguist. He finally got a job as the editor for The Times, but succumbed to an illness and died just 6 years later at the young age of 52.
That's sad. Dang.
That's beyond sad, bro.
I think
crazy.
out of all these, the one that I would like, if I could like have like one of these, what would you call them? Abilities. Would probably be the dude with the memory.
That's good.
The one that could remember. Like, I would want that.
Mine's the dude with the pain. Tolerate anything. Man, shoot at me. Yes, all you got.
But that doesn't mean that you won't die.
Man, he made my arm. Should be right here. I don't know.
I mean, like, he just don't
But
feel it, but that doesn't mean that you won't die from it.
Hit me, bruh. Yeah, I caught it with my hand. Yeah, I ain't feel none of that. Man, y'all let us know in the comment section down below. What y'all think about those, man? Like, y'all relate to it? Like, let us see what y'all minds at from that, man. Don't just worry about what we thinking. Let us know what y'all thinking in the comment section down below. But as always, man, y'all know how it go. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
You are?
Kid and C.
We are, y'all.
No time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar, 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 dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar, 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 dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.